Wow, do we have a lot of things to go over. President of Bandai confirmed. Rose's STR. I mean, you can make the decision that you want, but yeah, I think I'll make a confession video pretty soon, but we are getting an STR, Super Saiyan Rose. Leader skill, he is the lead for villain types, and of course Vegito Blue is the lead for super types. He is a tech type as well. Of course, I didn't predict this one in particular, but Rose, I don't know, man. I mean, you can interpret that the way that you want it to. And another thing is LR Vegito, so this is admittedly going to annoy a lot of people, and the Transcended Ultra Rare version is actually going to be coming out at the exact same time, so we can pretty much assume that this is when they are going to be releasing on Global as well, which is a bit of a shame, so they couldn't stay away from their baby Japan, but this is the way that it's going to look. And of course, we are getting a new Zamasu as well, so that's something that we didn't even know at all. So we are getting a new Zamasu. He is an N-type. I'm curious to see how he actually works. And of course, Ray Trunks as well. They both seem to be support units. And of course, I will be leaving the translations in the comment section down below. But just so much to cover. So let's start with the Vegito. So if I just use the translations from Google, they tend to be somewhat accurate. So, you know, I'll give them the opportunity. So we can pretty much tell. So the free key and a 120% stat boost. Attack and defense rises, giving immense damage. Oh, he has one of these passives. So, attack goes up by 15% whenever attacking, and he basically is like the physical Vegito Blue. But what I'm getting from this is that his attack goes up by 15% whenever he attacks. So every time that he attacks, his attack is going to be getting higher and higher. I said attack like 10 times there, pardon me. So it's a high probability to get those other two attacks. And he can get a total of a 150% attack boost, which is absolutely insane. So to be honest, without a doubt, I'm just going to say right off the bat that he is most likely going to be better than the STR one. Just going off what this is saying, like, you take a look at the old Vegito Blue. He's an absolute beast of a unit. He, like, without any potential, well, just without any attack increase from the passive, he can easily hit for like 2 million if you get multiple super attacks off and the counters. And that is one thing that he doesn't have. He does not have a counter. Interesting. Very interesting. Vegito Blue does not have a counter. I wonder if the STR one is going to have that. So, like, here's the thing. And you have to understand this. With every single super attack, that is going to activate his super attack mechanic. So, with every single super attack, his super attack mechanic goes off, thus raising his attack and defense. And because he has the probability of getting an additional 2 super attacks, his attack stat can get pretty damn high, and he can get a total of a 150% attack boost. So you can see how incredibly powerful he is. Of course, his super attack is the final Kamehameha, and it's the Vegito sword here for his unawakened super attack. And again, like I said, no counters, which is extremely interesting. I'm curious to see how this plays out. So he has Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, God Senshi, which I'm assuming is Warrior God, Over in Flash, Power Bestowed by God, Fierce Battle, and we also have Fuse Fighter. So absolute beast of a card. Cannot wait to try him out. And of course, if you manage to get any dupes, just congrats. And of course, now we are moving on to your boy Super Saiyan Rose, Goku Black. And honestly, I can't believe it. I just can't believe that he's actually SDR. I was expecting Vegito to be agility and Rose to be physical. So of course, he is the lead for villain types. Causes immense damage, and he gives a 30% attack boost with his super attack mechanic. His own attack goes up by 120%, and of course he has the same mechanic that he had last time. So he gives a free key to villain types, which is great, obviously. He gets a 50% defensive boost, and he lowers the attack and defense of enemies by 20%. Interesting. I'm curious to see how hard Rose actually hits in comparison to Vegito Blue. Obviously, even when Vegito Blue initially came out, he was going to hit harder because of counters and such, especially because of the potential system. But this is interesting because he has such a great link set. Of course, he has Super Saiyan, big bad bosses. He has Nightmare as well. So I definitely feel like the majority of Rose's attack links could potentially make up for the fact that he doesn't have the multiple super attacks. And of course, both of them are blessed enough to be in the right type of having a 3 level 5 crit. So they essentially are going to be hitting extremely hard. Vegito Blue will most likely hit slightly harder the majority of the time, just based off what we are seeing right now. So Vegito Blue has no counters, but he can potentially get a 150% attack boost, and he obviously increases his attack and defense every single time that he super attacks, and he has a high chance to get 2 super attacks, and that's what I'm gathering from that. And then when we move on to Rose, 120% gives the free key to your allies. Defense up by 50%, and then, of course, he lowers the attack and defense of the enemies by 20%. So overall, absolutely incredible card. But if we move on to the Trunks, who unfortunately the art isn't showing up. Hold on, I don't know why it's playing up on me, but it tends to load when you do it like this. So gonna allow it for now, but if you could load, that would be great. Okay, so apparently it doesn't want to load. I would imagine that the website's kind of overloading at this point. So let's just go with it. And that is the Trunks, and that is the Zamasu. So Trunks seems to be giving an 80% stat boost to hero types. He gets a 30% defensive boost for 6 turns, pardon me. Reduced damage received by 40%. Fewer health, attack, and defense up by 20%. Up to 120%. I do not understand what that means. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be putting a more accurate translation in the comment section, but I have absolutely no idea what that means. But he has Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Saiyan, Lineage, Royal Blood, I should say, Sopian Future. I don't know what this link in particular is. I know this one, a Messenger from the Future, that's the one. You have Attitudes? What are these links? What are these links? That has to be Prepare for Battle, right? That's Prepared for Battle. I don't know why they call it Attitudes. And then, of course, Fierce Battle. And that is one thing that I did not go over for Rose. Does he have Prepared for Battle? He has Fear and Despair, and he has... Why is it called Attitude? So, they both have Prepared for Battle, apart from Vegito Blue. And he has... That is a beautiful art, by the way. That is an absolutely beautiful art. Fierce Battle as well. And they have really, outdone themselves with the art. Absolutely amazing. And, of course, moving on to the Zamasu, he is very similar to Trunks. He gives that 80% stat boost to, extreme types, and he recovers 7% of your health every time you super attack, so he finally has a mechanic like that. Reduces damage by 40%, so they clearly both look like support units. I don't understand what the second part of the passive means. Obviously, once we get a more accurate translation, we'll go over that. Calm Judgment, Genius, which I'm pretty sure is Brainiacs. Okay, I don't know what that link is, but Despair of the Future, Fear and Faith as well. 15% attack increase from the Fierce Battle link. They absolutely killed it with these arts. And I was actually talking to Truth about the possibility of a new Trunks and Zamasu. And there we have a new Trunks and Zamasu. All great units all around. It's going to be interesting to see which one is better out of these two. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video as always. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you hyped? Which one are you more hyped for? Honestly, I'm going to have to give it to my boy Rose. To the surprise of no one. I'm just curious to see how he actually performs. I'm curious to see how both perform, to be fair. And I just honestly can't believe that Global, or both versions of the game rather, I should say, JP, is getting Vegito Blue as well, which I know is going to annoy a lot of people, but we spoke about this before. I mean, it's a bit unfortunate that he isn't going to be exclusive for at least a decent amount of time, but it's the way it is. I mean, at least now we have some sort of indication when he is going to drop on JP, or Global, I should say. No sign of the LR just yet, but this is the plan from the start. This isn't like them just saying, oh, okay, we're going to drop it on, JP for the sake of it. But this was clearly planned, like, ahead of time. It all makes sense now, actually. So they had this Vegito Blue and Super Saiyan Rose Dokkan Fest in mind, obviously with the Rage Trunks, as well as the Zamasu, and it's like, well, LR Vegito Blue. That is probably why they held off on it for so long. And obviously we do have the 18 as well, who I mean, I suppose just going to be a login reward for the first, or just the new year, right? So I think I've pretty much covered every single unit here. Again, I'll try my very best to just leave more accurate translations in the comment section down below. Probably will be a Reddit post because, again, shout out to Koala-san. Of course, he isn't in this video, but he will be in the next one most likely. But wait, hold on. What is the super attack? Great Sick of Grief. So it doesn't actually tell you what his super attack is. It's a bit of a shame. I mean, Chaotic Dance. So I imagine that this is going to be the Scythe, obviously. And this is most likely going to be the stab through the chest, like he did to Vegeta. Or it's either going to be the Divine Lasso. But either way, I'm curious to see. If you haven't seen my video already on just the concept super attacks, I will try to leave that at the end. Basically, I just show you a possibility of what the super attack for Rose could look like. Didn't do one for Vegito Blue, but yeah, I had a ton of help with that video, so I would appreciate it if you go ahead and check that one out. But again, I'm honestly just excited for both. Just both look absolutely incredible. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day as always. Let me know in the comment section down below which one you prefer at the moment, just from what you know. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one.